We can take pills, oh, I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, thirsty from the sea, so happy now. I've been playing in the park like children chasing bugs, clumping through the clover field, sing along. I've been dancing in the dew, morning as it's way, sweeping out the sailor space. Everybody, I've met a woman in the haze, I don't recall her name, but heavens, what a pretty face, beautiful. I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, thirsty from the sea, so happy now. I've been playing in the park like children chasing birds, clumping through the clover, sing along. I've been dancing in the dew, morning as it's way, sweeping out the sailor space. Everybody, I've met a woman in the haze, I don't recall her name, but heavens, what a pretty face, beautiful. But heavens, what a pretty face, beautiful. What a pretty face, beautiful. I've been bouncing on the sea, spinning in the spray, thirsty from the seesaw, happy now. I've been playing in the park like children chasing birds, clumping through the clover field.
Hello, folks. Thank you for joining us on the N-Quisition, a battle of wits, the game where you can try to outthink the members of Philadelphia's premier comedy troupe, the N-Crowd. My name is Mike. I'll be your quizmaster tonight. If you want to play along at home, a pen and paper might come in handy, as would a 30-pound turkey and an intravenous gravy supply. Now, let's go to our scorekeeper. He's well renowned for his infinite integrity and boundless sagacity. It's Vegas the Incorruptible!
Hey, boy!
How you feeling tonight, man?
Oh, I'm ready for some quiz showing.
All right.
Quiz show time.
Now, Vegas, it is Thanksgiving this week, my favorite of all the holidays. Are you excited for the big day?
Your favorite? I'm excited to stay away from people.
Yeah.
Sorry, family.
Yeah.
I'll see you next year, I hope.
Yeah, well, I'm admittedly having a very small one with just the members of my household that I see every day anyway. So
Yeah, you got a bubble.
yeah.
You're staying in it.
Well, because I love facts, I dug up some facts about Thanksgiving this week.
All right.
Here's my first fact about Thanksgiving, and that is that the first Thanksgiving Day parade in New York City was held in 1924, meaning the Macy's Corporation has been cynically exploiting our seasonal goodwill for their own brand maintenance for nearly a century.
Good for them.
Yeah. Now, something that is 100 years old this year is the tradition of pro football on Turkey Day. Do you watch a lot of football on Thanksgiving, typically in Vegas?
I usually do not watch football on Thanksgiving, but on Sundays after Thanksgiving, I usually will.
Well, I love rooting against Dallas every Thanksgiving. That's a nice little thing in our household. But in 1920, so 100 years ago, there were 6 professional games held on Thanksgiving, including a scintillating 0-0 tie between the Elyria Athletics and the Columbus Panhandles. I went to college near Elyria, and I can personally attest that they do have a Walmart.
Well, Illyria's on the map for 2 reasons.
Representing Lorain County. And my third Thanksgiving fact, Sarah Josepha Hale, who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, she was known as the godmother of Thanksgiving because of an open letter that she wrote to Abe Lincoln urging him to declare a National Day of Thanks, which he did by establishing the 4th Thursday in November as Thanksgiving. She also thought there should be a national day of talking like a pirate, but Lincoln was afraid that it would tear the Union apart.
Hey, she was 100 and some years too early for the internet. That's where she would have found fame.
Could you imagine the memes that would have come out of the lady who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb?
I'm drawing a blank trying to describe a lamb with an impact font words on top of it.
That's a good
Mary being like, is this a economic revitalization? And she's looking at a lamb that has the wrong color for, I don't really know how that song goes.
All right, well, let's go ahead and meet our contestants. Our first contestant up tonight is Kristen.
Kristen!
Yay! Woohoo!
All right. Now, Kristen, I hear that you're having an alfresco Thanksgiving this year.
Yes, we are going to eat outside with 2 other friends, and we are going to be very safe. And normally we would be eating with like a whole bunch of friends at Friendsgiving, like 20, 30 plus people, but we're scaling it way back. There's going to be 4 people at this Thanksgiving. So, yeah.
Probably
N-Quisition.
Yeah. And my family stopped pretending to like each other a long time ago. So it's not a big. I'm kidding. I love my family, but yeah, it's yeah.
Not enough to buy a plane ticket.
Right.
Where are you going to be having this outdoor Thanksgiving?
In Portland, Oregon, at a friend's house in Southeast Portland.
So they have like a little yard there, and
they have a yard. They have a nice big table. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, here's hoping for good weather that day.
Yeah. Right.
Weather is exactly the same every day in Portland, so don't have to hope too hard for light rain and 60 degrees.
It's true.
Well, our next contestant is also on the West Coast, and that is RJ.
Woohoo!
Hey, Mike. Hey, Vegas.
Hey, RJ.
Kristen.
What's going on with you, man? You having a good day?
Yeah, having a good day. Kind of calm than more calm than usual. So that's good.
Now, I like what you're doing on Thanksgiving. You're spending the day volunteering.
That's right. Yes. It started because I had Thanksgiving plans, but then I was disinvited from those plans.
Are you a member of Kristen's family?
No. Maybe extended. So yeah, I was disinvited, which was like, okay, cool. And
I'd like to know more about that.
Yeah, well, so my family is in Philly. I wasn't going to fly home, so I was going to visit some friends in California. And then I absentmindedly agreed to see another friend who may or may not have had COVID. So then that friend got upset. And so that's not going to work, which I totally respect, because I think everybody's acceptable risk level is different based on your scenario. So I was like, totally cool. But it's funny to say I was disinvited from Thanksgiving. So that's what happened. And I'm just going to, try to volunteer, try to give back and give thanks.
Do you know what kind of volunteering you're going to be doing?
Just a local food bank. I'm going to go and help hand out kind of prepackaged meals that it's not going to be like the buffet style, like it was all packaged ahead of time, but they still need kind of help just moving the people through and handing out the meals and everything like that. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, let's see if our next contestant is as selfless and heroic as RJ. Let's bring on Alison.
Yeah, this is terrible timing because my thing is the most selfish.
No, I love your thing. Why don't you tell us the logistics of an all pie Thanksgiving?
Not really that complicated. It's exactly usually I would go to my mom's extended family is really big, and it's always a really fun, awesome Thanksgiving. Not doing that this year, but I've wanted to for the past few years, just if I were not going to go anywhere for Thanksgiving, just stay home and have a bunch of pies, and that's the only meal. So my fiance and I, we're going to do a shepherd's pie, a vegetarian shepherd's pie, so that there are some actual food, vegetables involved. And then we're probably going to do pumpkin and cherry. So it's not going to be 15 pies because we're only 2 people, and that already I'm worried about having 3 full-sized pie meals, but it'll be silly and fun, and pie's the greatest dessert. So
agreed.
And it's fun to smash people in the face with pie.
You're a Mark's brother.
Speaking from experience there, Mike, are you?
Well, I respect the pie too much to do that, but each their own.
Actually, not worried about the person, just worried about the pie.
Yeah. For every pie that gets smashed in another person's face, that's a pie that I don't get to eat. So
yeah.
If you ever see a table full of pies, but the pies are just crust with cream filling in them and nothing else, you know some shenanigans are about to go down.
Run. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to the questions. We'll start off with round 1. Jack, be quick. We N-Crowders are currently in a Zoom room and have access to its chat function. So I will be asking 10 questions as Vegas the Incorruptible monitors the chat room. The first one of our contestants to type a capital N for N-Crowd into the chat room after a question is asked will be allowed to give an answer.
But you guys are returning champions. You know how it works. You type that in before Mike finishes reading the question. Bam! You lost the ability to answer right there. You gotta wait till he finishes saying it. That's the rules. Also, you type a lowercase n. Oh, no. You're gonna lose 2 points because the N crowd uses a capital N in their logo.
And it's good that you mentioned that, Vegas. These are all N-Crowders who have won an episode of the N-Quisition.
That's right.
This is a battle of champions right here. All right.
We got a donation of 150 points with a request that I put on a tie. I'll
Clean it up, Vegas.
I'll get to that in just a minute when I don't have to run this
Because RJ
slideshow with
his collar
questions.
popped. You said clean it up, Vegas, and he's like,
I don't even have a collar. What am I doing? Oh God, hide it.
we're women. We don't have to have collars.
But thank you for giving money to the N crowd in the form of Twitch dollars. And I will fulfill your demand to see me in a tie shortly.
All right.
Why they want to see you in a tie? Is it like a turn?
Because they know what
Don't
look
dig too
good.
deep. Don't dig too deep. This is definitely going somewhere.
There's definitely like Vegas's head taped on like Brad Pitt's body somewhere. Watching right now.
You've seen my room.
It's like an extra, some fetish is being played right here, Vegas.
For sure.
For
What else
sure.
could it be? There's zero other explanation.
All right, it was me. I want to. the side.
Hey,
All right,
some people
well,
like
let's-
formality in their quiz show hosting.
Let's get to our actual quiz show here with the first question. We're starting out with music tonight. Nirvana had a hit with the song Smells Like Teen Spirit. Which musical artist had a hit with the song Smells Like Nirvana?
And Kristen, you typed the N into the chat first.
I'm gonna say Courtney Love. I'm probably wrong.
That's not it.
Wait, I have my answer. Am I allowed to amend, or do you need to move on to the next?
RJ was the next one too.
That's fine.
All right, so I'm in Seattle. I have a lot of self-imposed pressure to get this. I'm gonna say Weird Al Yankovic.
Hey, the answer is Weird Al Yank. Oh, you can see my little mouse go over that. I gotta do better.
I handed you that one, RJ. I knew.
I know. Because I pressed N, and then as soon as the screen popped up, it went wide, and I lost like 4.3 seconds.
What are these words,
How'd you
Mike?
get that answer in there?
2 points?
These are 3-point questions.
3 points. RJ, you just got 3 points. Boom. Did that show up on the screen? Oh, who knows?
But I can tell you that the song hit number 35 on the Billboard charts, so pretty good for a parody song. And Weird Al said in an interview that he had woken in the middle of the night and written down the phrase "Bargle Naudle Zouse," thinking it would be important for some reason. And then this song that pokes fun at Kurt Cobain's unique elocution, it has the line, "It's hard to bargle Naudle Zouse with all these marbles in my mouth." So that nonsense he wrote down did become a song lyric.
And I just want to pay it forward by saying anyone who's asked to guess who wrote a parody song on a quiz show, if you're not answering Weird Al Yankovic first, you I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what anybody's doing.
You know,
It's a short list.
This is how bad at comedy I am. It didn't even occur to me that it was a parody song. I was like, oh, like probably Billie Eilish was like, I'm gonna do like my cover that's gonna be like weird and keyboards, and it's gonna be like my homage to Kurt Cobain. You know, so that's where my head was at.
Nice.
Playing to lose tonight. Can't wait.
Well, one thing about Weird Al is that he doesn't write many songs that make fun of the artist who wrote them. This is one of the few Weird Al songs. It's usually like Amish Paradise. That's not about Coolio, you know? So this is actually a pretty rare song that he would make fun of the band.
Yeah, and Kurt Cobain did give his okay on this. Al called him and they talked through it, and Kurt thought it was hilarious and told him to go ahead.
And then the next day he killed himself. So who do we really believe?
Al drove him to it. All right. Well, here's question number 2 now. Sodium hydrogen bicarbonate is the fancy science way to refer to what common household item?
And Kristen, you were the first again. Kristen, you're muted.
I said Weird Al Yankovic, but I was just kidding. It's baking soda.
Baking soda is correct. Oh.
Nice.
The Arm and Hammer was originally supposed to be a symbol of the Roman god of fire, and metalworking, as one of the founder's sons owned the Vulcan Spice Company.
Ooh.
Good fact.
Facts that Mike wrote down.
Yeah. And a lot of people mistakenly think that the company was named after the oil magnate Arm & Hammer, but it wasn't named after him. The company was formed 30 years before he was born, but he did, just to confuse everybody, at one point sit on the company's board.
Yeah. That's nominative determinism, I think. That's what that is. Yeah. People like the sound of their own names, so they gravitate towards places where those names are said.
I'm not kidding. I live across the street from a garden center. And the other day I went in there and I met the owner, and he gave me his card, and his name, the guy who owns the garden center, is named David Green.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And a lot of people you name Dennis become dentists. It's just true. It's true.
I mean, it is. Vegas is a gambling addict.
Yep.
And an earth wizard.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. By what name is Nicole Palizzi better known? And I don't know if I have the pronunciation of that.
Alison was the first to buzz in. Oh, I gotta update the scorecard too.
I'm embarrassed that I know this and not any of the smart questions for this or the last game that I participated in, but I believe it's Snooki.
Snooki is correct.
Nice.
It's a good thing you
Good
didn't ask me
work.
to spell it though, because I was gonna slap an E on the end of that.
Ah. Well, Alison, I can tell you that on the script for the show, I wrote in the answers here, Snooki equals 3 points, and understanding that getting this question right is nothing to be proud of equals priceless.
Okay, but like, what is it in points though?
It's still 3. All right, question 4, moving on.
2005 was called and was like, question 4. We got it, Mike. Go for it.
What book inspired Johannes Gutenberg to invent his revolutionary printing press so it could be more widely distributed?
And that was Kristen to buzz in.
That would be the Bible.
You're right, it's the Bible. The Holy Bible.
It wasn't, however.
Full of plot holes, am I right?
It was a pretty subversive act on his part.
Yeah, because of
Tell us more.
Oh, well, I mean, he was trying to get common people to read and get it out of Latin into the mother tongue, so to speak.
Yeah. It's still, however, cost about a Gutenberg Bible when they were originally sold would cost about 30 florins, which was about 3 times what an average clerk would earn in a year.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think you're right. I think it was massively cheaper than books before that, like on orders of magnitude that are just humongous. So
Florin sounds like a denomination of payment that they use in the Star Wars universe.
And there are 49 Gutenberg Bibles still around.
Whoa.
Who's got them?
I saw a list of them. It's like mainly like universities, and like the Vatican has a couple, and you know.
I have a couple just like lying around.
Yeah, you know, just.
I was gonna give a smart ass answer and say about 49 people.
All right, question number 5. We all know that Neil Armstrong was the first person on the moon, followed soon after by Buzz Aldrin. But who was the guy who stayed in the capsule while Neil and Buzz got to cavort on the lunar surface?
RJ, buzzing in.
Alan Shepard.
That's, of course, everybody knows him. Space Module McMoon person.
Talk about nominative determinism.
I buzzed in.
Did you? Well, then answer.
I think I remember, and I could be wrong. Alan Shepard? No?
No, that is not right.
Okay, good. That's fine.
Allison, want to take a guess on that?
Oh, I have no idea. The third guy that was depicted in that episode of The Crown, where the astronauts visited Prince King William. Can't even remember the episode. Can't even remember the fictional portrayal.
You're probably right. It's Michael Collins. Yeah, Michael Collins. Nobody talks about him.
Fact that 3 of you didn't know that is the reason that question is in here, because the dude deserves more props, you know?
You don't get into history books for coming close to the moon. You gotta walk on it.
Before Michael Collins got in the spaceship, he wrote down Bargle Gorgles. It's like, I know this will be important.
Yeah, that's why he didn't get to walk on the moon, because that was going to be his like first words. All step for man. Or like NASA was like, what? No.
I don't know what he's doing being an astronaut. Like with a name like that, he should be like an operator or someone like sales, because he be calling.
Get out of here.
This is going to be the only way I'm going to make a joke for the rest of the show.
He'd also be a gastroenterologist, because he loves Collins.
Or you should be like best friends with a guy named Colin, because he loves Colin.
Colin Michaels.
This is good.
All right. Any more Michael Collins puns?
Sex with me is like sex with Michael Collins. It's great.
All right.
Just watch. Sorry. Go ahead.
Question number 6. What clothing-related item is an aglet?
Kristen.
It is a shoelace. The tip of a shoelace.
The tip of a shoelace is when you became the person answering it right, and not just the person getting really close. Hooray, Kristen.
So it has a name. It's from the Old French aiguillette, meaning small needle or pin.
Aiguille?
Thank you for that perfect French pronunciation.
You're welcome.
All right. Question number 7. What is a word that means to enjoy, but is also something you might put on a hot dog?
RJ.
Oh, I'm going to mustard this TV show right now. Mustard. Right? That's what I say. Oh, Breaking Bad is on. We're going to mustard this evening. Final answer, Alex.
Why do I think that's so funny?
Well, you mustered his joke.
Oh, yeah. You must have heard his joke.
Anybody else
It's not
got-
mustard. Mustard's not the answer.
I have the answer.
Well, what
Do
is
you
it?
want me to say it?
Yeah, buzz in. You did buzz in.
Yes. It's relish.
Oh, it's relish. That's the actual answer. Though I might start using mustard in a new way.
I mean, I guess you could say like if you're in a troublesome situation, you could use the same hot dog terminology because you're in a pickle, you know? Or like you see a friend down the street, hey, let's catch up tomorrow. So, I'm just gonna run with this in my life, Mike. Thank you.
Tomorrow is my favorite part of that.
Yeah, you see him on the street and you're like, but not now.
Yeah.
I like to put hot sauce on hot dogs. Double the hot.
That just seems insane. No one's laughing anymore because
That's because they're concerned or intrigued.
The best hot dog I ever had in my life. I was really drunk and coming home with the girl I was dating, and we it was like late, and we walked around the corner, and there was a random food cart there, and the guy just goes, "You two look like you could use a hot dog wrapped in bacon." And boy, was he right.
Did you guys just eat the one like Lady and the Tramp? Or?
It was so romantic. But
I don't think there's a time in my life when that wouldn't be true.
that would be the best hot dog ever.
No, that I could use a hot dog for that's wrapped in bacon. Nice.
All right. Going to question number 8 here. Starbuck is not just the name of a coffee shop. It is also the name of a first mate on a ship in what very famous novel?
Kristen.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is correct. Like the Weird Al guess earlier on, you hear ship and famous novel. You just say Moby Dick and you're done.
Yep. Yeah, if anybody asks anything about famous novel, just for sure.
I
In
just,
my head, I was like the whale one. I couldn't think of the name of it.
The whale one.
Yeah, you know, the one of the whale.
Karen wrote Battlestar Galactica in the Zoom chat, which makes me happy. Because you guys all know Starbuck is a character on Battlestar Galactica.
is he really?
It's the call sign for a character.
Oh, wow.
We
Is
know
she
now.
really? Well, in the remake. Starbuck is male in the original and then a female in the remake because the original was made in the 70s and had too many men.
That's Vegas Lancaster, ladies.
Fast
Woohoo.
forward to 15 minutes, Vegas is just still going on. And then in the other universe, they were actually connected in 4 universes ago.
We'll catch up tomorrow.
I mustard this evening, but it's time to chop the onions and get out of here.
Starbuck was a common Quaker surname in Nantucket at the time, and there were many known whalers named Starbuck. The coffee chain's founders said that they did get the name from the novel, but it didn't really have anything to do with the character. They just liked the name. So
Nirvana, Starbucks. I feel like you're making it a little too obvious that you're throwing the game my way, Mike.
yeah, I didn't realize how many Seattle themed things I have here. All right. What is the tallest peak in Washington State? No.
I was about to freak out because I was like, that's not what my next slide says. What?
Pretty sure it's Rainier, but we'll just move forward. I won't take any points for that one.
Is it like a joke out there in Seattle? Do people get that like their city is known as one of the rainier cities and their mountain is Mount Rainier?
Yeah, but
No
don't get me
one's
started
ever made that
because
connection.
Yeah.
It rains more frequently here, but in terms of volume of rain, the East Coast cities actually get much more volume. But we just have like many more days where it's just raining, which is
It's
fun.
true. It's often
As it
very
can be.
sunny in Portland as well. Not just Philadelphia.
Well, I guess they named the mountain that because of nominative determinism.
It's also the go-to beer, like PBR. It's like the Rainier. the
Oh,
go-to-
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
the
good beer.
go-to pounder.
Cool. I like learning about beer. All right. Question number 9. In which television show would you find Samantha, Carrie, Cynthia, and Charlotte?
RJ, you were first.
As a male, never mind. I'm gonna say, as a person who identifies as male on this panel, that the answer is obviously The Sopranos.
Allison was quick on the draw with that one.
Well, now I'm confused because I'm like, wait, like, do you win? Am I forgetting? Do you win the game by like purposely giving wrong answers?
Maybe, I don't know.
This is another one that I feel like it's really embarrassing that these are the only types of questions that I'm getting, but it's Sex in the City.
It is Sex in the City.
It is Sex in the City, and I don't think that's embarrassing. I particularly didn't get into that show, but I did watch a little bit because my sister was very into it, and it's a really well-written show.
It wouldn't be that embarrassing if the only other question I had gotten wasn't Snooki.
All
I was
right.
just like, God, does she like know anything? And the answer is no, I don't.
Hey, you know how to pick a cool tiger sweater.
That's true. That I do know. So I've got that going for me.
Well, I have the Seattle questions here for RJ, and I have
Let's go.
the pop culture questions here for Allison. So,
And if
I
you
have
look at the scorecard, everything else is for Kristen.
Like the smart questions.
Yeah, all the actual knowledge that like
Yeah.
person should know.
All right. Question number 10 here. Last question of the round. If you spelled out the first 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which word comes first alphabetically?
RJ, you were first.
Or, oh, damn it.
Did you say 4?
Yeah,
It's not 4.
I know.
All right. Kristen, you were next. Kristen, you were next.
8.
8 is correct.
Which means that RJ was half right.
Which should mean I get half points if I know anything about how game shows work.
No, that's not how alphabet works.
Well, Vegas, let's check in, see what the scores are.
Well, after that round, as you can see on the spreadsheet that turns into a thing overlay on the Twitch. Oh, you guys can't see the Twitch. Well, Kristen has 18, Allison has 6, RJ has 3. All of our viewers knew that, but you were in the dark.
I wish I didn't know that. That's so sad.
Hey, you're a third of a Kristen, Allison, and RJ, you're halfway to that.
I'll get the rest of the way tomorrow. Be back.
You'll
Well-
catch up tomorrow. That was the perfect time to use it.
I mustered this show.
Well, there are plenty of points out there still to be had. So let's go to our next round. This is where the pen and paper might come in handy. This is round 2, deep thought. These N crowders have all made their own answer cards, numbered 1 to, or just answer cards. Can you guys just hold up what you're going to be writing on tonight? Let everybody see. All right. Everybody got some paper
no.
there?
My virtual background. Can't show it to you.
All right, Kristen is disqualified.
No!
As she has disappeared into sequins.
Now the lights are off. There we go.
And how it works, we'll give you 5 more detailed questions than in the quick answer round before, and you'll have the chance to write down your answers. You can think about them for the rest of the show, and at the end of the show, we'll find out what everyone's answers were and tally our final scores. So audience, get ready to hear some questions and then hear the answers to them a half hour later.
All right, first question here. Back when we actually performed in theaters, it would take 6 N crowders 6 minutes to eat 6 veggie wings at El Camino during a post-show bullshit session. For 6 points at that rate, how many N crowders would it take to eat 60 veggie wings in 60 minutes? I always start this round off with math. And so far, I think Derek's been the only one decent at it because he's a math teacher.
Well, no math teachers here tonight. Just
Gonna show.
improv comedy teachers.
So we got it. 6 N crowders would take 6 minutes to eat 6 veggie wings at El Camino during a post-show bullshit session. For 6 points at that rate, how many N crowders would it take to eat 60 veggie wings in 60 minutes? Remember those days, guys, of going to El Camino post-show?
El Camino, I hope they still exist now.
Yeah.
They were a fine hipster Mexican-themed restaurant in Northern Liberties.
We were there. I forget which N crowders were with me, but we were there for a post-show bullshit session, and I got a text from my sister showing her and her boyfriend at the time, and she had a ring on her finger, and I texted her back and was like, "Oh my God, we're 2 blocks away," and she came over and we all had champagne and celebrated with them.
That's
That's
nice.
my favorite moment at El Camino.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, write a word and get a point per letter. No letter may be used more than once. No spaces, punctuation marks, digits, or other symbols may be used, only letters. So the most you could get for this is 26 points if you used every letter in the alphabet. But you can't use a letter more than once.
Write a word and get out.
See, we pivot from numbers to letters. We go from math to... And we had a question earlier about the letters in numbers when you were asked to order numbers alphabetically. So I'm just saying.
What are you talking about, Mike?
I have
He's
no
just,
idea.
he's just trying to impress his math friends who are watching.
Yeah. We have a gang. We sit around and do quadratics. All right. So you guys, again, you have till the end of the show to think about this. So, don't stop working on it. You keep working out these problems. But question number 3.
I'm going to go find a tie while you introduce this question.
Okay.
Is he still having?
All right. Question number 3. One of the problems with discs like CDs and DVDs is that they can get scratched very easily, making them unplayable. Why were PlayStation users so keen to scratch their copies of the games FIFA 2001 and Gran Turismo 2? The correct answer will earn 10 points, and the answer that amuses Vegas the Incorruptible the most will earn 5 points. So you give an answer that's right on the money, you're going to get a lot of points. If you give a funny answer that Vegas really likes, you get 5 points. And you can also answer with both answers. So if you have something funny in your head, you want to write that down, and it amuses Vegas the most, you'll get the points for being, you can write the correct answer too, get the points for being right and the points for being funny. What tide you go with, Vegas?
Hufflepuff.
Well, look at how nice and dressed up you are now, you know?
Thank you again for spending some bits on the N crowd, whoever did that. Guess what, people in the chat? We can't make money by doing shows in theaters, so give us money using that link that Karen will put in the chat room.
Trying to keep live comedy going during COVID. Ugh.
If we don't do it, who will? Trevor Noah?
He's doing great.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Vegas, you're a video game player, are you not?
I can you tell by my chair?
Have you played either of these games? They were for PlayStation 1.
These look like jock games. I'm wearing a Hufflepuff tie.
Enough said. All right, let's move right along to question number 4. Earn 2 points for each scientist you can match to their discovery or endeavor.
Look at this mess.
Put them in chronological order of when they were born and get an additional 5 points. So
yeah, that's not happening.
But basically, we've got some scientists. There's 6 scientists and 6 scientific endeavors. If you can match them up, you'll get 2 points each match. If you know when they were born and put them all in order, that's extra 5 points. Here are the scientists: Niels Bohr, Marie Curie, Rene Descartes, Brahmagupta, and Robert Hooke. And here are the achievements. One of them founded algebra, which I taught. One of them founded quantum mechanics.
We get it, Mike. You like math. You don't have to show us your pie tattoo.
You know what? Speaking of that, I refrained from making a pie joke when Alison was telling us about her pie Thanksgiving. And I think I should get some credit for that. I won't, but I think I should. Anyway, one of them founded algebra. One of them founded quantum mechanics. One of them defined zero. One of them discovered cells. And one of them pioneered the study of radioactive elements. So go ahead and match all of those up and put them in chronological order from earliest birth to latest birth or most recent birth.
Hey, and we got $10 from our fan, Joe Godo. Thanks, Joe Godo.
Godo, back again.
Joe Godo is single-handedly keeping the N crowd alive. Oh, and it was my friend Rudy Basso who donated the bits earlier in the show. Rudy, you stick around till the end because you're going to like the answer to that PlayStation 1 disc question.
Oh, is that a gamer that you're talking to?
Rudy, the founder of the Don't Split the Podcast network, where you can listen to podcasts about tabletop role-playing games. Yeah, he's a big nerd.
All right. The last question of the round that you guys are going to hate. Here goes. 3 days ago, yesterday was the day before Sunday. What day will it be tomorrow? So 3 days ago, yesterday was the day before Sunday. What day will it be tomorrow? Shout out to a friend of mine, Alicia, who's a math teacher. Oh,
Mike.
But she teaches a really cool class on puzzles. She's a high school teacher, and she teaches a really cool class on puzzles. And I reached out to her, and she gave me a website that has a whole bunch of really neat puzzles. And this was a question that I ripped off of that website. So shout out to her for hooking me up. Did I mention she teaches math?
Like, we all have calculators now.
All right. Well, hold on to the answer cards. We'll be checking them later on in the show. But right now, let's go to round 3, the mystery round.
Woo, woo.
Mystery round. A mystery round. What?
This round is different every episode. I love that the audience can't hear, but we just all heard Karen chuckling. All right. This round is different every episode, so the contestants will never know what they have to deal with. This week, the mystery round is called Categorically Silly. It's a good old-fashioned game of categories where the contestants will be asked to name things in categories that we're going to be getting from the Twitch chat room. So if you're on Twitch right now, if you're watching us on Twitch, get in that chat room and start writing things that could be categories like types of cars or colors or months of the year, any kind of category that you can think of.
Yeah, Mike's math friends, you would think of categories as sets.
But if they hesitate or repeat someone else's answer in that category, they're eliminated from that round. And I just want to, we're going to be going in order of the contestants. And I just wanted to remind you guys that Kristen, you're contestant number 1. RJ, you're contestant number 2. And Alison, you're contestant number 3, and then it will go back to Kristen. Okay?
And so each round of this game, we're going to add a new movement that the contestants must do continuously as they play. And if they stop the movements, then they're out of the round. So we'll give you a movement, and you got to keep doing it as you name categories or objects in categories. I guess you can get meta and give us categories as a category, and then they have to name categories.
Don't tempt us, Vegas. This is great. Can you tell me what number I am again?
You are 2. So it's going to go Kristen, RJ, Alison, Kristen, RJ, Alison, and so forth. All right.
And when are we ready to go, Mike? Did we need anything else to set up, or are we just good?
No, I think that's it. Did you mention they can earn 5 points if they win a round and 1 point for coming in second? I didn't.
No.
Well, it's true.
You can earn 5 points for winning a round and 1 point for coming in second.
RJ, did you have your hand up? Do you have a question?
No, you said you could win 5 points, and I was just counting.
Okay.
You were showing us how many thingies that is.
I'm lucky to have 5 fingers.
Somebody else likes math.
Thank you.
Yeah, simple math.
Counting all the way to 5.
All right. So round 1. Why don't we get a category first, and then we'll tell them what movement they're going to have to be doing.
Okay, and The first category suggested is Harry Potter characters.
Ooh, all right. Harry Potter characters. And we're going to go Kristen, RJ, Allison. And you guys have to blink in an exaggerated manner. Go, Kristen.
Professor McGonagall.
Keep blinking. You guys all need to be blinking.
Hermione.
Harry.
Hagrid.
Quidditch.
Wait, what?
Did you say Quidditch? All right.
It's a keyword from the universe.
Kristen wins the round. She
All
had the
right.
last.
Well, she didn't win the round.
Oh, do you get eliminated?
Yeah. So now it's Allison because there has to be a second place person.
Oh.
But
Run.
I am going to say this. Speed it the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're improvisers.
I have to drink. When I blink slowly, I have to talk slow too.
All right. Blink faster. Allison, give us a Potter character.
Run.
Dobby.
Fucking Voldemort.
Eh.
What's his name? Dumbledore.
Snape.
Oh gosh. What's the? I'm done.
All right. So Allison wins the round. And Kristen, you come in second place.
And I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Wait, shouldn't I have to name one more? Because like Kristen went first, right?
Oh my God. The people who know how the game is supposed to be played.
And
Yeah,
I-
name one more, sure.
Winnie? Is Winnie Ron's sister?
Nope.
Is Winnie?
Her name
And I was-
is Ginny Weasley.
Ah, fuck. No one wins.
How do you call that?
we both get 1 point.
Okay.
Fine, they both get 1 point.
All right. I'm also gonna say I'm not putting up with this bullshit. That's hesitation. I specifically said if you hesitate, you're out. So
Yeah,
this
it-
round, I'm gonna call that shit out if it happens.
All right.
All right. This
Ugh.
round, what is their category, Vegas?
The next category is types of weather.
Types of weather, and in this round, we want you to blink in an exaggerated manner and march in place. And we'll start off with RJ this time.
Stormy.
Sorry, are we
Hail.
actually standing up and marching? What's going?
yeah, marching in place.
Hail.
No one else is standing. Rain.
I am.
We already messed up the fucking order. All right, I'm starting this again. RJ.
What?
What? Say a type of weather.
What? Stormy.
All right.
I'm just qualified. I
Sunny.
forgot about blinking. So
All right.
just
Kristen.
call me.
Sunny.
RJ.
Herculean.
All right. We can.
Partly cloudy.
All right. I'd say Kristen wins that round.
Kristen, you get 5 points.
I completely forgot about it.
RJ, you get 1 there.
I just want to
Allison,
know that
thank you for self-disqualifying.
I just wanted you to know that I had already, like, in case everyone else forgot about the blinking, I forgot.
Good old honest Allison.
I just want to note that in the pre-show, Mike said specifically it wouldn't be an activity like jogging in place.
I said it wouldn't be arduous. You just have to.
Oh.
God, I can't even see your legs. If you go like that, it's.
Yeah, we gotta move this on. We gotta. This is.
All right. So, Vegas, what is their next category?
Looking at the Twitch chat, the next category is Greek letters.
All right, Greek letters. This round, you have to blink in an exaggerated manner and march in place and pretend to be throwing and catching an old sock. And
Yeah.
we're starting with Allison.
Alpha.
Okay, right?
Kristen.
Oh, beta.
RJ.
Omega.
Allison.
Sigma.
Kristen,
Delta.
RJ,
Bye.
Allison.
I'm out. I don't know anymore.
All right, then we go to Kristen,
Gamma.
RJ,
Theta.
Kristen.
Zima.
I'm gonna stop us there.
You got second place in that round, and I think that's a well-earned point with that answer.
Zima. That Zima background too.
Yeah. Have a Zima.
Oh, crap, this one got cool.
We got one more round of this.
Yeah. All right. So, what is our category for this round?
Our last category is countries in Africa.
Countries in Africa. And this round, you have to blink in an exaggerated manner and march in place and pretend to be throwing and catching an old sock and turn in a circle. All right. So here we go. And we're going to start with Kristen this round. Ready? Go.
Zaire.
RJ.
Somalia.
Allison.
Zimbabwe.
Kristen.
The Ivory Coast.
RJ.
Egypt.
Allison.
Ghana.
Kristen.
South Africa.
RJ.
Senegal.
Allison.
Egypt.
Kristen.
I don't know anymore.
All right.
Egypt was also duplicated. RJ said it earlier.
Oh, I couldn't hear what he said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's not your fault. I'm dizzy now.
Does that mean they were both knocked out of that round?
No, just me.
Yeah.
That's the one that repeated, right?
But Kristen also had nothing to say. 5 points for RJ.
Nice.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard the sentence, well, Kristen had nothing to say, so 5.
That was a game where the rules of engagement changed slightly on each round.
Like life.
Like life.
Let's get real.
Pretty damn deep, man.
Were you about to say, Vegas, where are our scores after that round?
I was, yes.
All right, so Allison, honest Allison, keeping us honest with 7 points. RJ, keeping it double Allison with 14 points. And Kristen, keeping it
Winning.
25. Keeping it 25.
Well, that brings us to our final round of competition before checking those deep thought answer cards to see which one of these N-Crowders will triumph and which will wither in shame. We know you've been thinking it. What's it like to have sex with the N-Crowd? Well, we're going to show you in round 4, Sex with Me.
Sex with me, 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 yeah.
To all the folks in the Twitch chat room, we are going to be asking for suggestions of nouns, objects, persons, places, or things. So start typing those now. The contestants are going to turn those suggestions into bawdy jokes, and Vegas the Incorruptible will award a point per joke.
That's right. But if the joke that you say isn't a joke in the sense that it doesn't have any kind of joke-like structure or logic, then maybe no points. And if it's really makes me laugh, 2 points.
All right. So what is the first word from the chat room?
Oh, that's my job to look at it. Tuba. It's tuba.
Tuba.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba, only for band members.
Vegas?
That's a point for RJ.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. Just sling me over your shoulder and blow real hard.
Yeah, that's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba, disturbingly loud.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. There's a lot of holes to make it work. You gotta find the right one.
Yeah, sure. That's a point. I don't know how tubas work.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. Please empty out the spit valve after.
Yeah.
Sex with me.
That's a
is
2-pointer.
like sex with a tuba. You consider yourself part of the horn section. Horny.
Yeah. You got that. You got that point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. You better push my 3 to 5 buttons.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. Usually people don't see one around. I don't know. I'm sorry. That was poorly constructed.
No, I'm glad you admit it.
I'm workshopping that one. Come back.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. It requires a lot of lung capacity.
Okay.
That's the point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. I'll make you march in formation whether or not you do it right.
I'm gonna give you a point for that. Sure. That sounds like what your band experience was probably like, Allison.
I wasn't in band, which
What?
No.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. My role in the performance is to go way down low. Yeah.
Sex with me is like sex
2
with a
points for
tuba.
RJ.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. We only have a short half time to do. Oh God, I can't give it.
Now, I gave that one to you.
Thanks.
All right, we'll get a new word and
Wait, sorry, what parts? Can I have
What?
one more?
Yeah, shoot.
Sex with me is like sex with a tuba. No one wants it played in the house.
That's a point.
My cousin got a full college scholarship for playing the tuba. Also, sex with me is like sex with a tuba on the 50-yard line at a college football game.
Yeah. Hey-o.
What do we got now?
Tumbleweed.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed. I'm just gonna be rolling around, kind of aimless, just not really knowing where to go, what to do. You know.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed. It's just one of the many fun things about the old Wild West. I don't know what that means.
Sex with me
2
is
points for
like
your delivery of the word Old Wild West.
sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed. I usually just roll around collecting trash.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed. I've never seen it in real life.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed. There's usually a horse in the desert with no name involved.
Give you another point for hitting that Western theme again.
Where else are there tumbleweeds?
Sex with me is like sex with a tumbleweed because after a tumble, I usually enjoy some weed.
I give you 2. Oh, Mike, you have a tumbleweed joke before I grab the next one.
No, I was working on like it's only at the beginning and end of the Big Lebowski, but couldn't find a way to turn that back into a joke. So fuck it.
All right. Sex with me is like sex with the tumbleweed, just an efficient way to spread seed. The next one is Facebook Marketplace.
Oh gosh.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace, full of fucking crazy people.
That's
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. I ain't selling this shit for free.
That's a point.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. I know it's there. I don't know how to work it. How to get involved.
That is another point for RJ for once again hitting on the I don't have sex theme.
Go to. Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. You can't trade sex on it, so what's the point?
Sex with me is like Facebook Marketplace in that you can't trade sex on it. Yeah.
Sex
Go
with
ahead, Alison.
me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace, full of old lamps and free oranges.
Mm-hmm.
I should have
See?
just stopped. I should just stop.
Sex
That
with me is like
sorta makes
sex with
sense.
Facebook Marketplace. I will let you determine the value.
That's the point.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. I can guarantee Mark Zuckerberg has never been there. He's rich and gross.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. I would encourage you not to do it in favor of your local buy nothing group, where you really do just trade. Just give things away. Just give it away.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a point. I see the intent.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace, only slightly less sketchy than Craigslist.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. We're all trying to pretend this item is not used.
That's 2 points. All right, we're
It's like sex with Facebook Marketplace. You don't need it, but you're bored.
Sex
That's
with
the
me is
point.
like sex with Facebook Marketplace. You gotta click to share.
That's a point too. You think we're also broadcasting this simultaneously on Facebook, and I wonder if their data stealing algorithms are just like pumping us to the front page. They're like, they keep promoting us. Show everyone.
Nice.
Sex with me is like Facebook Marketplace. Most of it's just used up junk that you can pick up curbside.
Sex with me is like sex with Facebook Marketplace. Your mom's been there.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's a point. We're gonna put a stop on Facebook Marketplace. Thank you to Cobalt Thorium G for subscribing to our channel with their Prime account. That's another way that you can support the N Crowd. You can give us bits, you can give us American dollars, or you can subscribe to the channel, which is another thing that passes some Amazon money over to us.
Nice.
And Red Beeger also subscribed with Prime. And Red Beeger also owns the N Crowd.
Oh,
Don't know if that's some kind of
sounds like a conflict of interest.
Amazon Prime money laundering.
Sex with me is like sex with the N Crowd. Even members have to pay for it.
Nice.
What do you think, guys? You want to get one more word, or
Yeah, let's get one more word, and it'll be a lightning round. We'll get some real quick with our last
Just like sex with me.
our last suggestion is true crime documentary.
Sex with me is like sex with a true crime documentary. Nobody knows what happens at the end.
Sex
the
with
point?
Me is like Sex with a True Crime documentary. There's just so much blood and semen.
Yeah, that's a point.
Sex with Me is like Sex with
That's,
the
believe
True
it or
Crime
not, that's
documentary. You never really know what's happening.
And that's a point. And it was a lightning round. You all did one. Good job.
I just want to say that that's the second time I've made at work I said blood and cum rather than blood and semen, but that's the second time that's come up this week.
Yeah, it is.
But Full Frontal Wednesday nights on TBS.
Yeah,
What?
Allison's job, you will recall, is writing for Full Frontal with Samantha B.
Oh yeah, you can't say that at any other job. Don't. say
Yeah,
that.
don't say blood and cum at Bennigan's.
Hey, Allison, instead of us promoting your show on here, could you promote this show on there?
I would love to. I have zero say in that. I can't even control which of my blood and cum jokes make it in. That one did though. Not with those words, but the first part of the jokes did.
That's great.
Well, after that round, and by the way, 1,000,000 points to our producer Karen for coming up with this spreadsheet where I can just type numbers in and the scores show on the Twitch stream, because I don't need to do mental math to add up how many points you scored at the end of Sex with Me. At the end of that round, Allison really making a comeback with 23. RJ keeping up with 24, and Kristen maintaining your lead with 37. But it's anybody's game when we go into the deep thought round, because the total number of available points in deep thought is, Mike, do you know that offhand?
Oh, shit.
Like a bunch, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
It was
more
like a
than the
bunch.
differences right now. So
More than the differences between your scores.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
I usually add up all the points you could possibly score, but I didn't this week. So I don't know. I had things to do, guys. I'm not going to sit there doing math like a nerd.
Wait a second. You love math or not? You just love talk. Are you a math fan?
Just sit there writing questions about math like a total non-nerd.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's that?
Cool guys do.
Well, after that, all that's left is to go over the deep thought answer cards. So let's check those answers.
Let's check those answers.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reread the questions. We're gonna go to each contestant and hear their answers and see their answers on their cards that they've written down. Shoot, there's lines I'm supposed to be saying.
This show.
Vegas,
This is what happens when you can't edit during a quiz show. It's just, like Pat Sajak, he's tripping over his lines all the time. You just don't know.
Well, I can tell you this. All writing utensils must be out of the contestants' hands. So folks in the chat room, help us out. These answers should be finalized. So if you see any of these rascals scribbling something, name and shame. And if it takes deducting points to keep folks honest, Vegas is just enough of a jerk to do it.
Yeah, I'm a man with a tie now. Hey, and by the way, fans in the chat, if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you get one free subscription to a Twitch channel per month that you can use on any Twitch channel. And if you're not using it, go ahead and use it on the N Crowd, because that's a thing you have that you're not using that will benefit your best friends, the N Crowd.
All right, here's our first question. Excuse me. Back when we actually performed in theaters, it would take 6 N Crowders 6 minutes to eat 6 veggie wings at El Camino during a post-show bullshit session. For 6 points at that rate, how many N Crowders would it take to eat 60 veggie wings in 60 minutes. So we're going to go to contestant number 1. That's going to be Kristen. What do you got? 10? All right. RJ, you're contestant number 2.
So I'm going to go 1.
1. All right. And Allison, is that 10 to the 7th power?
Oh no, it's
a question mark.
Anytime it's math, I am not confident.
You are a typical N crowder. Vegas, what do you think?
Well, I think the correct answer is 6.
That's right. So if if these 6 N crowders eat at a rate of 1 veggie wing per minute, so therefore they would eat 60 wings in 60 minutes. And I've seen N crowders do it. They're like feral animals.
Yeah, that was dumb. Good.
Mike, I just have a follow-up question, if you will, on your question and your math. Maybe you could put the question back up. But so yes, in the beginning, you get out to an average of 6 N crowders eating a wing per minute, but it's never really specified if one of those N crowders like eats all the wings in a minute. So that's why if you boil it down, 1 a minute, 60 minutes, could be just one person. No?
RJ,
Well,
if you can do that right now, you get the points.
Yeah.
well, I
60
will
minutes on the clock.
Grubhub.com. Let's get there. No.
I will say this, that the 3 words "at that rate" mean that no, one person wouldn't be eating at that rate. It would take all 6
so
of them.
that's what puts the brakes on that element.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yo, just to plug El Camino again, there's no way you're only eating 6 veggie wings in 60 minutes. I got some dope veggie wings. I say this as a man who hates animals, just wants them all to be seared and put in my mouth. Now, actually, I love every living thing, but I also love eating every living thing. But their veggie wings are really good.
Yeah. They're getting a lot of buzz marketing here. Jeez.
Yep. Too bad it's the year you're not allowed to go there.
Yeah, good. But still, I think El Camino and Full Frontal should be sending us some swag for all the marketing we're doing for them.
Oh man, when Samantha Bee sees how much her ratings go up after this show.
Yeah, one of her very unknown writers is doing an internet show on a random Friday. That's what drives most of our traffic.
I mean,
Whole staff has to take turns like finding their old improv teams and doing Zoom shows with them every week.
I am sure that is not a problem for her entire staff.
there's somebody at,
No, there probably are people that could find their current improv team even.
there's somebody at the network that's like, man, this Joe Godo has become such an avid watcher of
Hi, Joe Godo.
Joe Godo is also fully funding the next season of Full Frontal. There were some budget cuts, and he really stepped in there and said,
Great.
All right. Question number 2 here. I asked you to write a word and get a point per letter. No letter may be used more than once. No spaces, punctuation marks, digits, or other symbols may be used. Only letters. This time we're going to go to RJ first. What letter did you get? Or sorry, what word did you get?
I don't know if I fully understood this, but I'll just run kind of my answer by you. So I put the vowels up top, and then I made words from the vowels, and the vowels are ab, vex, zip, mop. So I got like 7 words, but if it was just one word, that was the true answer, then I completely misunderstood the exercise, and I apologize.
I think you could enter one of those words as an answer here, because I think that all of those words do follow the criteria.
What's
Yeah.
my strongest word? I was at the later stages, I was trying to think of words with like just consonants, and it was like shh.
Were those all 3-letter words, RJ?
Yeah, I
All
had
right,
this
you get 3
I had
points.
this whole
That's how it
matrix
works.
system figured out. It's like it's so stupid.
You read a word.
My favorite word on this list, which is vex, VEX. Like, oh, you need to vex them at the ball tonight. As an example of how you would use that word.
And then catch up with them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Allison. What do you got for this, Allison?
I went with Voldemort, which
Ah!
you all know is it's like a Walmart for evil wizards.
I'm gonna accept it because I'm wearing a Harry Potter tie.
Wow.
And that is how you play the game. I don't have the brain bandwidth on this Friday evening to think of an actual answer, so I will do this. And wow, it paid off.
Well, that's 9 letters. If Vegas is accepting that,
Hey, you gotta go to the Voldemort to buy your discount Death Eater robes.
well, what about Kristen? What did you get?
So I wrote down the word incomprehensible, but there are multiple E's in it. I just didn't know if they would count or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, can't be reused.
Okay, so that disqualifies the whole word. I thought, okay, very good. Then
All right.
no points. No points for me.
I
guess
do appreciate that you separated it out into syllables.
Yeah. Well, because never mind. My brain.
Because with Allison's, it wasn't separated like that, and I was like, "What? This is too complicated to read."
Yeah, I didn't think I would get disqualified for having letters. I just thought or reusable letters. I just thought they wouldn't count in the total of number of letters. But it's all good. That's the rules. That's the rule.
Yeah. This game was like if I end up in a Scrabble themed hell, like that's what this game was for me. It was like, what? Like, is it letters? Is it words? I didn't really know.
Your Vex would actually be a pretty good Scrabble word for only 3 letters.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
it's
Vex.
short and powerful. I'm not gonna maybe have that longevity that you need for a Scrabble strategy. But
Vex is a great Scrabble word.
All right, well, let's go on to other letters like CDs and DVDs, because we know one of the problems with discs like that is that they can get scratched easily, making them unplayable. Why were PlayStation users so keen to scratch their copies of the games FIFA 2001 and Gran Turismo 2? The correct answer will earn 10 points, and the answer that amuses Vegas the Incorruptible the most will earn 5 points. And on this one, we're going to go to Allison.
I was just trying to figure out how to change my camera so that you could actually read this. But I wrote first editions of the game had bugs but were not recalled, so customers wanted to exchange them.
Oh.
Okay, and Kristen?
Hmm.
I just wrote PlayStation 2 came out.
And RJ?
it was the well-known porn bug, so dubbed, in 2001, where if you scratch the game and then you just put it in and played it, instead of the actual game, it would be a romantic love scene, and you would just play that. It's a porn bug.
The hot coffee scandal.
Well, Vegas, did any of them get this right?
No one got it right. Obviously, you listened to their answers. Allison, that was a good guess, though. It was a good.
I believed RJ. I was like, people would be dumb if they did that, but I absolutely believe that people did that.
It was because they were scratch and sniff.
Wait, they were really?
Yeah.
That was just my guess, and I was like, no, that's too silly. I'll try to actually guess.
Come on, what?
You could
Sorry.
scratch the label side of the disc, and the FIFA 2001 smelled like a soccer field, and the Gran Turismo disc smelled like a car tire. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess like rubber, or maybe rubber peeling out on the pavement. I don't know.
Oh, it was a porn bug.
Anyway, I like Kristen's answer that because PlayStation 2 came out, and in fact, PlayStation 5 just came out. So I'm gonna go scratch the hell out of my copy of Sony Spider-Man.
Oh, did you mortgage your house and buy a PlayStation 5?
No, I already have a mortgage, so I can't buy a PlayStation 5.
Nice.
All right. Well, we're moving on to question number 4 now, where I said you could earn 2 points for each scientist that you can match to their discovery or endeavor, put them in chronological order of when they were born, and get an additional 5 points. And the scientists were Niels Bohr, Marie Curie, Rene Descartes, Brahmagupta, and Robert Hooke. And their achievements were that one founded algebra, one founded quantum mechanics, one defined zero, one discovered cells, and one pioneered the study of radioactive elements. Kristen, we're going back to you as contestant number 1. What do you got?
Yeah, I matched them to their thing, I think. I didn't spell Brahmagupta's name, but I thought Brahmagupta did algebra, and that was probably the firstborn. Then Descartes with the 0. Then I have Curie with radiation. And then I don't think these two are in chronological order, but Hooke with cells and then Bohr with quantum mechanics. That was my guess.
Oh.
So
Had the exact same guesses, not the same order, but the exact same guesses. I think it's
Well,
wild.
what order did you have them in?
Marie Curie, Hooke. I didn't even try to put them in order. Curie, Hooke, Bohr, Brahmagupta, Descartes.
And RJ?
I also misheard the portion of the question, which was a birth order. So I just have written in the order that I knew it and or thought of it was Marie Curie for radiation, Descartes for defining zero, Robert Hooke discovered cells, Brahmagupta, algebra, and Neil something or other for zero.
Quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
So
well,
I just want to ask, so Kristen, you're putting Brahmagupta founding algebra first.
Yeah.
And then Rene Descartes
Yes.
discovered zero. So they had algebra before they understood what zero was.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm wrong, I guess.
But the question was birth order, not discovery order. He could have, it's fine.
Well, Vegas, why don't you give them the answers here?
so I think everyone switched Brahmagupta and Descartes, right? For Brahmagupta defined zero.
Great.
Descartes founded.
Brahmagupta, by the way, it was fun researching him. That dude was a fucking badass, and like so much stuff that we take for granted, like just the concept of zero and all the properties that it had, like that dude figured out. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Descartes founded algebra, which you might get some angry math fans talking to you about that one, Mike, because of the question of what founded means. But he defined the modern notation for algebra, at least.
Here's my question. Are these math guys scientists or are they mathematicians?
I think before like 200 years ago, anyone who thought about anything was a scientist.
Now they're just safe space lib.
Her name is
I
Renee.
want the truth.
No, snowflake, safe space lib, go cry.
You're gonna go create a Cartesian plane now.
Then Robert Hooke discovered cells. Marie Curie, of course, pioneered the study of radioactive elements. And then Niels Bohr founded quantum mechanics. I think everyone gets 5 points for putting them in their birth order. And I think everyone also gets 6 points for getting the same ones right, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think I'll put them in their birth order.
Did I get it wrong?
Oh, I may have rearranged them internally inside my head as you listed them.
I don't think any of them put them right in birth order.
Well, if none of them got them right, that means
I was close, but I did not get the right birth order. I just misplaced Hook as being later than Hook was.
I got 2 monitors I'm looking at right now.
But you know what, Vegas? Kristen was just very honest right there. And you know what? It wouldn't change anything at all if they all got the 5 points or all didn't get the 5 points. So
That's
because
what
of Thanksgiving this week, what do you say?
Your score totals, they're all rolling up.
Yay.
Also, Marie Curie is a 2-time Nobel Prize winner and a 2-time answer on the N-Quisition.
Oh my God, I had that chicken wings question up the whole time we were talking about mathematicians.
Nice. Chicken wings.
Or veggie wings.
Yeah. All right. Well, the last question of the deep thought round, I asked you 3 days ago, yesterday was the day before Sunday. What day will it be tomorrow? And this goes to RJ first.
So tomorrow will be tomorrow, as in the actual tomorrow, Saturday.
When you catch up.
Allison?
I was just saying that tomorrow is when you catch up. But the answer I wrote down was Wednesday with a question mark, because again, was not sure, not confident.
And Kristen, you also have Wednesday?
Yeah.
Vegas?
It's Thursday. The answer is Thursday.
No.
Fucking Mike with these math logic problems.
3 days ago, yesterday was the day before Sunday. So 3 days ago was itself Sunday, which means today is Wednesday. So tomorrow is Thursday.
Ah, gosh, darn it.
I can feel the blood dripping out of your ears right now, everybody. So
Alison got the real answer. Tomorrow is when I catch up with you. Got things to do right
When I
now.
had sex with a tuba.
I think we know who won this game.
Well, the audience watching at home knows because we have a little score tracker on the screen at all times, which I guess ruins the suspense of announcing who won.
But we still have a cool video interstitial. So Vegas, you want to give your line?
Yeah. Behold, your winner.
Yes.
Kristen Shear with 53 points.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew.
53. Whew.
Yay.
How about second and third here?
Second place is our friend Allison. Third place is our friend RJ. But of course, all of them are returning champions. So 1 out of 2 ain't bad, friends. Unless you're Kristen, then it's not good enough.
Kristen, congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel great. This was a super fun time. It's so good to see RJ and Allison and both you guys again. So I feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great to get you back doing N Crowd stuff. I hope that now you are a second degree champion. So all of you are first degree champions. You've all won one round. Kristen, now you and BJ, which in the history of the N Crowd seems really fitting, have both won 2 rounds. I hope you can join us again when we get another 2 second degree winner to play in a even more heated tournament of champions.
Massive tournament of champions. Well, I've been lucky so far, so I'm sure that will be my downfall if it ever happens. Nice.
Oh, sorry?
Nothing.
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, congratulations to Kristen. Thank you to Karen, the N Crowd's artistic director, for running tech for us tonight and being an all-around badass. Watch her make art live at twitch.tv/Karma Art Studio. Thanks to everybody watching wherever you are. We want to wish you health, happiness, and love from the N Crowd. Good night, folks.
Bye.
Drunk by now, drunk by now, I hope to be drunk by now. I'd fly kite late at night under the mystery of wondrous flight. Then we'd screw in the dew on the grass in the nude. Well, drunk by now, drunk by now, I hope to be drunk by now, drunk by now, drunk by now, I hope to be drunk by now. Every penny for my pocket, Lord.